Select.
The password is 03231998.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson, we're gonna have to flash. I just want us to like give it together.
No. Be much better if we could get the email set up.
Yeah, we're not able to.
Be a much better judge for you if we could get that set up.
We can't get the, if y'all, if one of y'all like goes out there and finds like the kids, they all know the code.
The password is, the network is SCS guess, and then it'll take you like a web login page. The username is SCS guess. It's all one word, and then the password is excellent.
Excellent.
Yep.
Password's excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it worked for me.
What's the app? Hey, what's those emails again?
Mine is oliverbuzz@gmail. It's all one word, and then his is
SANA117.
And all are you the one or two?
I am the one.
Mr. Wilson, what's your email again?
W Wilson at usn.org.
Yeah.
We're about to get started.
Awesome.
Contention wants to still like federal immigration programs create a culture of fear which immigrants are afraid to partake in society. The plan distinction between federal and state immigration enforcement perceived by these immigrants as systematically this corrupt politics brings them into society results in chilling factors across state suavely. Relatively efforts and immigration corporation communities abstract these local task force and military sports medical discovery of the authorized expect on adopted immigrants like because authorized experience can be the one media system of words have a competency local actions perception like that local officers working with immigration and there's a same thing to connect search for authorized like to know what is the economy will I say 3 interlinks versus healthcare fear social with immigration enforcement is the primary reason for immigrants not seeking healthcare. The solid center for Fernandez 14 immigration policies responsible for anxiety fear of deportation constantly seeking care to increase health problems which leads more cost of face less like to seek treatment and immigration is spreading fear among the providers immigration seeks medical attention due to fear of giving the personal information increase hospitals instead of regular medical care. Now uninsured population is costing over 100 billion annually, so the increase in healthcare costs would increase GDP by 8%. That's EA, but not only healthcare costs would increase GDP by 8%. Only healthcare costs would increase the deficit. This beneficial health employment at 500,000 per year health insurance is uninsured paid 100,000 or 100 million per year health expenditures after our government budget managers spending by so nearly 50% GDP. And second, small businesses fear of local police is crushing the immigrant frequency of small businesses. That's branch 11. Immigration enforcement undercuts by contributions immigrants make their companies support small businesses and enforcement goes local immigrants fear of contributing police many more public places with detriment of business. Latino customers registered society losses immigration enforcement police is first reducing economic activities and it's reverse causal without Latino small businesses. The small businesses will collapse overall. That's IHS 15. The Hispanic population plays significant role in the US. Growth more than 40% growth. Increase in 11 million jobs. Lab 2.6% of year immigration will play a key role in future US employment growth. Immigration are conducive to stronger US economic growth. Increasingly a significant role in the US employment growth. And small businesses are in decline now. Key to the economy. That's by C6 level. Small businesses account for 65% of new jobs. 75% of the nation's general GDP. Small businesses are the backbone of American economy. 3 is real estate aggressive enforcement. Immigration enforcement costs $175 billion yearly jobs in residential construction spending. That's talent. And all 13 now residential construction increase 1 to 10 million rights to construction related to immigrants under enforcement and advantage and residential construction climate more than 100 million per year departure for will authorize immigrants will leave that 20 taking a reduction in additional housing units and residential real estate spending drives the overall economy helps recover personal consumption. That's domino. 15 residential real estate residential US economy great source of the same as many real estate responsible for jobs source million revenue million housing construction contributed 6% of the nation's GDP reduction consumer spending resources unemployment reduction income spending and slow US growth cost extinction. That's host 13 the most critical threat to US is that immigration system is all economic growth reduce the acceleration of American world abuse growth around the world and governments will have former the being more open with American models receive this more faces spread diabetes climate change cyber global health and health total price of visual hand leadership to formulate those global shots global challenges and economic decline causes war miscalculation. That's royal 10 economic climate select the vector conflict with global economy especially with the rise of fall period of power global transition increase in risk of miscalculation the expectations future trade economy likelihood for conflict increases economic conflict is on internal conflict diversion and through successful facing of popular fabricate external conflict saying growth is unsustainable and necessary to solve all global problems. That's long work 13 quantity prices quality supply actually protecting the discovery for new types of some of the gas resources are authors of the resource for this population despite the soft lab nourishment and shock their norm which open up this profits one of the great skills one of these kind of 15 million per year. This solution is going through the growth 2,000 times for good enough scenario 2 it's disease status quo. We're going to stay away from public health care and fear of deportation only the final limits is fear by removing surveillance of immigrants that's Marin 10 immobilization secure long-term environmental immigrants for growing healthcare systems relying on networks doctors and there's been not going to use our very fearful seeking care for fear of being reported this overstand lack of healthcare for immigrants lead to uncontrollable diseases the plan is a necessary mechanism to solve diseases better 13 inadequate access to healthcare and treatment can lead to the spread of disease and time disease control to be also able to quick adjustment of disease not documented image what agencies require self-identification fear preventing healthcare clinical job teaching immigration officials immigration health forming prevent disease and non-documented immigrants are protecting health the entire US population and immigrants are scared of getting healthcare then that causes new strains of drugs that Americans have no defense for and immune defense for that's minor. Unfortunately, admittedly, the limits have not have the vaccination strong possibility to bring drug resistant diseases that have long since been eradicated and diseases can be fatal diseases but it can come up with new strains of resistance today. Most antibiotics all disease and 6 have and the large numbers of illegal aliens within the world some of the countries are widespread problems and drug resistant diseases cause extinction that's can 11 we have tried to eliminate microbial irrespective of disease are have led to the pathogen drug resistant organs are now unable to short anchor microbial resistance which may have proportion to more microbes and even if this is more sexualist and self-destruction now contingent to his immigration fellows from ISIS 27G program state local law enforcement cooperate with the federal government on immigration policies this crushes immigration fellows from less following 13 tennis with chance to equal over the immigration fellows has been emerging immigration police in the park from whether initially pre-cleaning states making affirmative choices abortion and theft and immigration fellows on DHS tracks identification with state local law enforcement agencies DHS season and federal immigration enforcement purposes without regard to whether jurisdictions have firmly chosen cooperative immigration policing nations or existing substantive immigration fellows from further NGI makes it easier for interacting investigation for investigative purposes and implications we even more consequential and change as part of all our sharing of fingerprints and federal living state and local police cooperation with guys immigration fellows and that's calling 13 fellows and establishing search department plastic search action plan file 40 institutions planning for most protection of the state have played a role in action policies that continue collection of the federal immigration fight officials immigration fight federals made their gear understanding of the dynamics of information control 6 large drawings for the federal efforts with 6 rights and information be foreclosed in Immigration fails to meet key to international perception, policy experimentalism, and individual rights. Also, none of their terms apply. State self-check system prevents states from enacting racist policies. That's Huntington. 8. Decentralized system has been a disadvantage. Decentralized decision-making government system. International government standard legislation reflecting change permitting states have rules determining immigration law enforcement technology. Important economic social state that subnational government have immigration we can account for concerns to federalism. Let's say state consider more possible measures that policy states for international relations compare country local legislation federalism more problem determining government authority and immigration fellows themselves a balance of power for successful policy making for comprehensive immigration reform. That's Chesky. I love the course economics through statutory reinvigorate the fellows with immigration policy states determine the immigration to power commentary adopts successful policy innovation on the national level. Immigration development season they increase competition within state policies in the marketplace for this to benefit federal policymakers immigration cases solutions measures to nation problem and a state-based approach to immigration is vital self and division of high school labor through state-sponsored visas. That's Fuller and Ross 14 by allowing states greater serious and we found no benefits by allowing states experimentation from allow state governments to work to tailor state-based immigration charge to meet local economic demands and service we have states can inherit to the cost of benefits of immigration states and called by entering voluntary agreements to share workers local immigration charge reflect desires for population economic policies and work policy and that's key to clean tech commercialization. That's Herman and Smith and language driving new tech coalition in 7% of here sanitation immigration action with the immigration commercialization of alternatives for discussing clean tech technology overseas immigration restriction making collaboration difficult. We can't get researchers over here. We need an immigration system that prioritizes society and how needs to commercialize alternative and clean tech leadership is the key to preventing a great power wars and without unchecked climate change is for us. Not only this is forming some opportunities to global diplomacy U.S. to develop key technology safe from the plan from moving while the U.S. out new troubles and tension along the growing micro with coming to a great challenge to take on the national conscious with the new sets of American firms global stability the competition management design around the security warming well the U.S. must develop new technology solar battery solar innovation for the U.S. and national competition regime and security the determining a boom variety of the means leverage can be avoid keep initial close to check and the hegemonic climate causes great power wars it's long and all I love another state of availability country military menu I can say yes you that's how hegemony with this order ways more defeating wars hard for conversation results military competition what's the time on global return regional block trade conflicts with strategic power the major powers compete for supremacy world American dynamics run or great powers emerging warming causes extinction that's 12 warming confronting off humanity correlation between with respect to fluctuations in scientific agreements and climate change can be the extinction of the human species. Thus, the plan. The United States federal agencies have substantially curtailed their internal immigration enforcement throughout South. Condition 3 solvency. The federal government has to be the one to remove authority and so respond to state or local changes. Washington Post 10. The White House administration making difficult possible to reduce participation forced participation was believed to be voluntary. It says up to the other programs consider realistic possibility of administration ministries and effort to focus immigration reforms and programs foundations and information sharing to the FBI. I understand figures afforded to FBI from criminal checks. We still have to obtain the information more part of that. Trust confidence that will not be this can make the world reluctant to follow this when they should end. State and local law enforcement only acts with federal authority. That's Tidwell. 14 Congress Secretary of the local police arrest authority for violation of immigration law and conversation for black and federal immigration authorities to state the only system federal immigration enforcement law from that such matters left in the hands of federal law enforcement officials and only a federal solution can be long term. That's Carpenter. 14 City County level decisions to limit cooperation to popular decision not going to be long term solution. No substitute outside of the federal solution.
We're facing like the main problem that's causing like the leadership decline is the immigration system so economic growth. But what you haven't highlighted is it also says burgeoning debt, crumbling infrastructure, second-rate primary and secondary schools. How do you solve those?
Sure. So those are just like okay, yeah, sure. So we increase economic growth through like real estate and like small business and healthcare. The House evidence just is like indicating that growth would solve things like cyber conflict that's like the left side like.
That's not my question. Like,
that doesn't matter. The Haas evidence is just an impact to growth. We solve growth.
Right, but your Haas evidence says to solve growth, you have to do something about a crumbling education system.
No, it doesn't necessarily say that like to solve growth you would have to do all of these things. It's in the context of like just increasing growth would be able to solve these things. These are like things in like that we highlighted.
Right, that's fine.
Highlight are examples of things that are burgeoning
real estate. The real estate internal link, the Amadeo evidence, the last line in the card says that if the Federal Reserve doesn't intervene by reducing interest rates, then the country could fall into a recession. Is the plan having the Federal Reserve?
No, definitely not. Amadeo just like he doesn't assume like the plan, which is like we solve healthcare in a different way. We just solve healthcare growth, which is like through like as immigrants come in, whenever we decrease the amounts of them, they can participate in like real estate and they'll like buy houses.
All right, I'm a little bit confused. So your Amadeo evidence says that we need this Federal Reserve policy, or else the economy
we solve
goes into
real estate
recession.
growth in a different way. He's not talking about immigrants.
That's fine. So do you need to win all three internal links to solve the economy? No. So which of your internal links is like key?
Which is key.
Yeah.
We'd argue that they're like
They're
any
all
one of them
good.
individually could. Yeah.
So each one individual. So if we disprove one of them, does that?
If we disprove two, it's the one that links to the economy.
Okay, that's fine. So if we win that one will collapse inevitably because they're all good, doesn't that take out the econ scenario?
Do what? No. Because we can still solve growth.
So the disease scenario, where does your evidence say that immigrants are the ones that have antibiotic resistant
Sure, so-
diseases coming
Yeah,
in?
it's a matter of like, people in America don't have immune defenses for tropical diseases that immigrants would bring to the U.S. It's only a question of like giving them healthcare so we can prevent that. And it's also a matter of like, bad things happen whenever there's a lot of people living in low-income areas close to each other with no healthcare. We just think that that is like is a
All right, that's fine.
breeding place for like diseases.
The tag for the desiccant evidence is that drug-resistant diseases cause extinction. If the plan's internal link is to give immigrants health care, how does health care solve for immigrants?
Sure,
having
so giving
disease?
immigrants healthcare can prevent them from developing antibiotic-resistant diseases.
Right, no, but like your impact evidence in the context of like drug-resistant diseases. So like,
Yeah.
how can the medical system help
It's
like,
a matter of
solve for
preventing.
diseases that
It's
are
a matter of
drug-resistant?
preventing. It's a matter of preventing them from becoming antibiotic-resistant. Like, okay, we just think
I
that
thought they have resistance now. I thought they
no,
were
they're
going to
developed. That's our argument.
So they're going to develop drug resistance now.
Yeah.
So
It's
what evidence does
especially in
there
the
actually have
context of having them spread, like having immigrants that have the healthcare is like the key to being able to like keep the diseases from spreading.
It's, yeah. Acoustics are not great in this room.
I have a short extension cord if you. I thought it.
I can go back there as well.
So the order is gonna be 5 off the chilling effective managed, federalism management consultants. Everybody good to go?
Hold on a sec.
Okay. Alright. Go ahead.
First off, London Sierra, Passive BCK, to read Blitz, cooperation with Republican leaders, Fabian, 917, Obama to call Passive Ability, Vehicle Security 1, Church of Sierra, ready to read Blitz, facing all of our trouble and counterparts in heaven, in a negotiation, we're going to get their welcome to bear the brother damage and plan causes by Sage Runner to budget battle sheer. 14, we're going to put our call action, I can take their will, make a motion of reversion to marijuana, Mr. Obama says there's a motion of political confrontation, that's likely to affect budget negotiation, Republicans would fight the president tooth, and nail what Republicans already planning and authority, executive action on immigration will ready to backlash in the country that could actually set the cause back in. Should not cut U.S. and opportunity to projects, average detection, prevention, future development, Rockwell 15, project security workforce, as long as it reflects the should not let any the biggest impact development, development cyber security, project should have rights to all the CDM, and the government representative vote, contract, this is the first cyber defense, things are restriction, the electric service, significant water turnover, and extinction, Rothkopf, 11, the future officer to also warfare, U.S. ill independence against them, in order to with restriction of force, and industry military, one of those critical international malfunction, bring economy to their knees, under the national defense, restriction by well, the nuclear arms, no result against Japan, the second maybe should be the aspect wouldn't have it, you know, the most cyber perception one might have it, the new nuclear is a matter, one of the enemy, imagine feature, international relations, promoting that are constantly widely engaging, undevelopment on many between non-warning and next up counterplans that CBP state governments should issue state-based work pieces, counterplans also to listen one C folder, and available request to outline 14B, allows to greater use economic benefits of allowing state experimentation, state-based use of great work pieces that will be work out of the example of living work many when more than the sponsor state of work and more long state government work, to deal with state-based immigration to be the available economic advancing, but understand also benefits of immigrants, such as all entering voluntary community workers, local pro-immigration strategy, relaxed energy, population, economic growth policy worked well elsewhere. Next up, top county domestic interpretation, domestic surveillance means much target U.S. persons don't just be collected within the U.S. McCarthy station investigation and non-domestic because some such county blues values that are questioning the agency and state. These also international dispute court management and the case if we are investigating activities with the ancient foreign powers of the U.S. and domestic surveillance and is foreign counterintelligence wiretapping beneath us is the U.S. territory for national security purposes is foreign intelligence collection and violation of the affirmative curtail surveillance on non-U.S. persons. That's the motive issue for 2 reasons. Basic point is predictability. The only predictable net granted this topic is based off of curtailing domestic surveillance. That's what all of our disciplines and critique will be in the context of a ground immigration is a distinct topic that against negative preparation, court topic literature surrounds and saying FBI surveillance and next off critique. The pursuit of modern economics used preponderance is rooted in logic and of domination coloniality, which perpetuates total war pursuit of the plan that turns the case modern coloniality replicates and harps tries to fix Escobar for modernity voted resolution of conference and basic capacity of hyper-education, rationality, hyper-education, life results in person colliding which reports about taking the cultural regulation rules and economies, that big money system resulting in wars, career widespread, fashion, multiple marches, social and deep in the wrongs would be opportunity because the same point on the alternative to engage in border thinking results in a breakaway from occidentalism, which prevents common gross to goal 11. Social years and children with border thinking they response to several years and modernity redefines citizenship democracy within our humanity, negative privilege, the narrative definition of modernity. Examples make sure these 70s democracy redefined we are all equals because we're all different paradoxes, no truth in the internal monologue established by modernity. And next off, topicality, curtail means cutting away the authority of Arabian Western, routine curtail cutting away some part of that requires the third prayer retribution thing. The executive self-retrain isn't topical, it's circuit chart, court of appeals, attending the curtailment with the something to be taken over the card holder rather than something to be retained by the lawyer available case legislative history also to have my curtailment resulting from some third party vote for limits and ground the object surveillance are potentially unlimited means restricting the mechanism the app can use essential to a manageable topic. Also, exact so counterplans core negative generic and necessary to check unlimited affirmatives onto the chilling effective image. First status will solve that tech companies after grasping an educational house. 1AC author 13D. Use maintaining any source of information. The most important that is that you can do mobile device of technology involved in Silicon Valley, the internet, and American technology developed in the U.S. early. Inclusive of China, oil and gas, non-direct commercial U.S. also in the Bible source by the U.S. World Housing for THK. Is a group of potential world leaders in Afghan solve opportunities and exist independent of legal world forums. 7-12. Even the absence of any intentional discrimination, individual opportunity, motivated by unconscious biases, police officers harbor and exercise racial animus around policing convenience, ability, this perception itself will be damaging the credibility and legitimacy of law enforcement agency with or without a court decision in the perception. 6 to shoot out feeling the legitimacy of law enforcement agency and all cause fed policies. Amadeo, 1AC authoring 15B, about 70% of the U.S. economy, 50% reduction in consumer spending contributes to downward spiral in the economy. The Federal Reserve doesn't intervene by reducing interest rates in the economy, country could fall into a recession and no chilling effect data, CIS 13. The evidence from chilling effect data, CIS exists in independent academic research and found no decline in crime, reporting after implementation of local police program to screen offenders through heights most reputable academic survey found the most commonly mentioned reserve crime reporting separate crime with or a crime within not fear being turned over in status will solve immigration to inevitable. IHS 1AC author 15 the Hispanic population complains to criminal and U.S. growth more than 40% of growth the increase of 11 million jobs. Hispanic employment growth will average 2.6% per year. The growth in non-Hispanic working population slow to zero. The Hispanic share of total U.S. employment will rise to 20%. The Hispanic population yearly measure growth the segment of the population. Hispanic population will increase in the role of U.S. employment growth and small businesses are key to the economy. Statistics for a scene 11 define smallest growth of 500 half the workforce and mobile workers and 50% of total compensation. Small business averages 70% of business income for a job creation doesn't until small business survive. They create a job over the last 8 months of within emissions to new resources flow to financial engineering, small manufacturing, and economic accident and these accidents export markets and Obamacare solves CEA 1AC author 9D penicillin visual from the put us on a path toward high quality affordable healthcare cost containment is a top priority and no internal link 1AC branch evidence about subdued snack business 0 macroeconomic data here no impact regulations are at all costs Nancy 1AC author 15 the United States to drop out of the top 10 ranking the easier starting business and will continue to drop and more regulation continue to be influence regulatory burdens on Americans increased by $70 billion during Obama's first term in office and strength on connected economic power no causation Julius 5 the Soviet Union military super economic moving outside of what Japan was a economic super with military much intervention but the developing aspect of U.S. foreign has managed as both the unilateral actions on like NATO economic powers and relatively neglected and no internally there evidence about a hypothetical scenario where every illegal immigrant gets deported, talented hell. One is the author 13 on the attrition through enforcement scenario, residential construction spending declined by more than $100 million per year. This is because of removal of all present and future unauthorized immigrants cause a significant decline in U.S. population. There are evidence that there are advantages backwards in the case of recent immigrants have spread diseases due to immigration authorities. Betzler, one is the author 13, the immigration authorities have paid and please simply charges and notices tuberculosis and health officials aren't confident will be the last and diseases don't lead to extinction. Their evolutionary wires to adapt to their host cable. 524 and John Advocates and microseasons trying to adapt to evolutionary pressure body associated no longer propagate and the disease impact is racist. They're literally just saying that immigrants live in dirty areas is going to cause diseases that we aren't able to fight. This is ridiculous under the federalism advantage. Immigration federalism is high now of Barzani and also the enforcement of immigration from the under federal control that has changed the federal government began to full enforcement for our state along with the local police assistant. Arizona's as we will attend to be attacked and advanced rental climate impacts will cause worse here and out. A lot of naked on the pure climate measure no human being no dramatic with an almost any increase in impacts depends on the society acceptability and advocacy distances and systematically underrated and added best of the negative convertible impact that is still present in HPE in 2100 double through those couple days the US even though wealth contribution will go much better than today the condition will be Michael Sports backers of local list and worthy we're US out of research and accessibility no exchange from climate change in IPCC all of the IPCC rating global temperature increase by 2 degrees Celsius the rating increase out of 4 years up temperature rate of change by our community to remain resilient and for the purposes of pretending sometimes ways of change by our response using less and research being exploited in plus CO2 concentration increase and temperature rate increase by greater than 40 degrees Celsius within 60 years conversion or evidence rapid turn of migration development agencies are very well across galaxy channel we urge caution assuming extinction is the thought we're going to engage market water resilience and that data distribution Germany impacts Southwest 11th year there's no evidence to support a direct relationship between the incentives of interaction with the world from peaceful use credit forces no state taking action no days in the landscape no competition or mutual balance and global conflict with mind declining the evidence regarding systematic action to strategy US United States or Geronimo into a global policeman and all cause research determinants with 20 authors and the President Council military immigration research Germany collaboration will ever work with the Chinese to watch all the US immigration bears and the research over there.
Mark the card over here. Cool. Was the urban
Politics, you said this from a week ago. I just assume like Boehner and like the current political climate.
I mean, we'd argue that it does. Like, so like Democratic leaders are trying to like
Just assume Boehner
appointments that they're like making successful.
Okay, so how does this assume Boehner?
Like this argument isn't about Boehner, so I'm a little confused about why it's so relevant.
Sure. Okay. Why would Reed oppose the CR? It's like literally all everything you do.
No, the argument is not that like Reed opposed the CR. The argument is that through Reed and Pelosi, Obama was able to negotiate with Republicans.
You said PC is key to Reed, so Reed already supports the deals.
No, it's a question of whether or not he can keep the arrangement that he has now, which is a negotiation with the Republicans that he has through Reed and
That's
Pelosi.
fine. We'll move to states. What's an benefit?
The politics,
Okay. And what's the status of kind of benefit?
condition.
Alright, so like the way that ICE was created in the first place was the states had an immigration program that they tried to opt out of, and then the federal government forced them to create ICE. Like, why wouldn't that just happen again? Oh, wait.
Like, I don't understand your
Oh, wait,
question.
sorry.
The counterpoint gives up visas.
Okay. Wait, so that doesn't, like, it only solves immigration felons.
Like, we have a card that says it solves federalism. It probably solves the first advantage issue because if immigration
So,
exists, that like solves
domestic is about persons, right? Immigration is persons.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Other few other shit. Your evidence is in the context of, like, water quality, and it's also from the, like, one circuit court. How is this, like, at all connected?
It's in the context of the way the word curtail is interpreted in like judicial history. So like I think that's a pretty
It's from
precise
one
interpretation.
court, and it's about water. How is that predictable in the context of, like, surveillance?
No, it is in the context of like legislative history. All seem to have in mind curtailment resulting from some.
Yeah, in the context of water quality.
It's in the context of the way curtail is used in the law. I mean, if you have a card that says like curtail in the context of surveillance, community safety is up
Alright,
then
cool,
like
fine.
fine for you, but it doesn't.
So,
exist.
like, your impact is, like, we lose the ESR kind of, right?
That and like the argument that like the affirmative should get like a bunch of different internal mechanisms like destroys limits because there are like an infinite number of things that we can do like sort of internal.
Cool. So like,
Right.
you already would have had to prepare for the executive counterplan, and then you're saying like executive has to make it unpredictable, right? Like, how is that like a unique research explosion if you already would have had to prep for the
We
executive?
lose links to things like the politics is said if
Why?
the affirmative is led like run the next certain
Why?
because like those
Links
people-
are,
because,
links
like,
are premised off of the F going through Congress, like it's about congressional backlash.
Fine. Okay. Like, what part of like increasing domestic growth and like welcoming immigrants is like cool?
So like First, I would argue like the 1AC, like the way the 1AC like argues is like in itself colonial, but it's like the 1AC opens
Sure,
this
so
argument
reps.
that like
Yeah,
immigration
that's fine.
surveillance is racist, and they're like also.
That's fine. I have 10 seconds.
People are
That's
coming
that's a
off
reps
their
link.
dirty
What part of
games.
the app is like that's a reps link? What about the app? It's cool.
So like the idea that we should use like the U.S. to like
So
help
reps
support
link, cool.
immigrants is like.
Yeah, so, like,